Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Racha, Kodash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that teach 100% truth, that teach and do rule well. Shalom to the Akim, the hopeful elect that puts their truth with all truth and sincerity. All right, this is your brother Zakar Amban. All right, it's coming back for another video. And there's no time to be resting, man. There's no time to be slothful in this ministry. All right, continually to push these videos, continue to hit the highways and the byways as much as you can. All right, because eventually we're not even going to be on the highways no more, man. All right, we enter them days where there going to be a famine of the word. No more videos on YouTube or whatever other social media platforms. So there's no time to be resting and be slothful. Okay, do what you can do right now. All right. So I'm gonna grab a book of Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 24 and just see where it takes us. Okay. 1 second. All right, because we don't want to rest, man. The scripture says, give them need to rest. We're just roughly paraphrasing. I'm grabbing a little. All right, let's start at the book of Proverbs. Verse 24 is a point, but I'm going to read verse 1. Whoso loveth instruction loveth knowledge, but he that hated reproof is brutish. A good man obtaineth favor of the Yahweh, but a man of wicked devices will he condemn. All right. So when you is not obtaining instructions, and when you is not willing to be reproved and be corrected, then you liken unto a foolish man. Okay. A good man obtaineth favor of the Yahweh, but a wicked man devices will he condemn. Verse 3, Proverbs chapter 12, verse 3. A man shall not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall not be moved. So there's no point for these other, so what these other nations have done was vanity, man. It was worthless. Okay. But we learned from those other nations or what not to do. All right. So what Esau Edom is plotting and planning, is utterly a waste of time. But it taught the Israelites, starting with the elect, of what not to do. Okay. Because the rest of the Israelites is not going to get it right now. All right. And that brings me to Matthew chapter 7. Grab it real quick. Okay, and this is why we can't rest, man. This is why, to expose what's going on out here. All right, we need all the workers we can get. As you see, this appears to be an Edomite sleeping on a job, man. Sleeping on, he's sleeping on a clock. All right, instead of working, putting in that work. Okay, because these other nations, man, they work very hard and they be very diligent in wickedness. 1 second, Salakia. Matthew chapter 7 and Matthew chapter 7, and let's start at verse 21. Matthew chapter 7, verse 21. We're going to read on down. Not everyone that said unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Okay, the will of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. All right, what's that? Being diligent, not being deceitful. All right, not being slothful, not being lazy, you name it. Okay, many will say, as it says in the parable of Matthew chapter 25, the wise and the foolish servants, man. They had, they had oil in their lamps. The oil goes into wisdom. The lamps, it goes into the soul, You the lamp. Okay, so not everyone is going to obtain this wisdom. All right, even if they was called, the ones that were called and the ones that were chosen, man, being called doesn't mean you're chosen. It just means you were called. And you may, do the work for a little bit, for 5 to 10 to maybe 15 years. But then if you fall out, then it was no point. As it says in the book of Ezekiel chapter 3 and chapter 33, that that your righteousness will not be remembered, man, because you didn't endure unto the end. Okay. So Matthew chapter 7, verse 22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have not we prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? Verse 23. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity, man. So, for example, you got a lot of camps out here, that call on Yahweh Shai, but they do it in vain, man. They do it for a reward, man. They do it for, carnal reward. I mean, they do it to be seen of men, to be praised of men. All right. Verse 24. Salakia. Verse 23 again. And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. Yahweh Shai is the head cornerstone, man. He said, he that doeth my... And read again, verse 24. Matthew chapter 7, verse 24. Therefore, whosoever hears these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. It's all about doing the will of Yahweh Shai, man. It's not about, being emotional like a female. Verse 25. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. Look at all the men. Look at all the evil men that came up against Great Millstone, man. That came against the apostles of Great Millstone with the false accusations and, misinterpreting, different things, man. And look how Great Millstone kept it going and kept it moving and grew and grew and grew. Now you got brothers in Saudi Arabia. You got brothers in different parts of, Africa, man, so-called Africa. All right. We got brothers in the Bahamas, and this thing grew. All right. Why? It was founded upon a rock, which is Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, great millstone, man. As the Apostle Gabar said, the most Yahweh Shai is the first great millstone, man. He's great and he's a millstone, which means a hard worker, man. And this is what we strive to be, hard workers. Okay, and to please the Most High, Yahweh Shai. That's what it all come down to, man. All right, just because a brother may not, just because brothers may not be hanging out too much or whatever, as long as you do the work. And, you put in the work together, man. That's what it ultimately matters, okay? It's not about being buddy all the time, man. It's about reproving, rebuking, man, as I read in the book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 1. Okay? As Scripture says, not to go off topic, but as Scripture says, he that love, open rebuke is better than, secret love, man. Okay? So let's grab Salakia. So let's continue on. Matthew chapter 7, verse 26. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened to a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. So when you hear these the words of Yahweh Shai, man, and you just being stubborn, you're gonna be like a man that built his house upon sand, man. It's not gonna withstand anything. All right. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. And it came to pass when Yahushua had ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine, for he taught them as one having authority and not as the scribes. All right, back to the book of Proverbs, chapter 12. All right, this is a quick lesson. Okay. Proverbs chapter 12, and I'm going to read verse 2 and 3 one more time. Then I'm going to skip down to verse 24. A good man attaineth favor of the Yahweh, but a wicked man devices will he condemned. A man shall not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall not be moved. All right. Started Proverbs chapter 12, verse 23. A prudent man concealeth knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaimeth foolishness. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful shall be under tribute. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful shall be under tribute. So we don't want to be slothful, man. Okay, we're going to continue to be diligent. Tribute, which is pain. Heaviness is in the heart of man. It's like heaviness in the heart of man, maketh it stoop, but a good word maketh it glad. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them, fall into a trap. The slothful man roasted it not that which he took in hunting, but the substance of a diligent man is precious. Comparing roasted it, which goes to, cooking. All right, he's too lazy to do anything. But the substance of a diligent man is precious. In the way of righteousness is life, and in the pathway there is no death. Okay, so the ones that do the work of Yahweh Yahawashi, the ones that continue to push and push and push this word, even though, as it says in the book of Matthew chapter 7, verse 23, even though the rain and, all types of things came against us, like hail, storms, it going to that parable, even though people that came up against us, we still continue to push and push, man. We don't get, down, we don't get thrown off, man. We continue to push his word and not become slothful and not say it was all for nothing. Because what we are doing eventually is going to come with a great reward, man. Lord willing, of being saved and making out of this wicked kingdom. Okay? Yeah, so anyways, I'm in it there. The point that had been made, just not being slothful, continue to push his word, man. Excuse me. And continue not to be, and continue to push his word, continue, to be diligent in this ministry, not be slothful. With them, give our praise to Yahweh by Shema Shah, by Shem Rakai, Kordash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Musthon that teach in Durua. Shalom to the Akim, Shalom, Brakathon.